Hey creatives, designers, seamstress, welcome to my channel. So this outfit was requested. Now I already have so many videos on how to make palazzo. I have a video on how to make a wide leg palazzo. I have a video on how to make a boot cut. I have a video on how to make A-line palazzo. So I have so many videos on how to make pants, so just go click. I'll put down the link on the description box, so click on any of them to match this with the top, because this particular video is for how to make the top. And trust me guys, this is going to be beginner friendly, so go ahead and subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So let's get started. So these are the steps I'm going to follow. I'm going to show you guys the illustration on how to fold your fabric, and then we'll go ahead and mark our measurement on the fabric, and then we'll sew, and that is it. So this is my pattern paper, and this is the illustration for how to fold your fabric. So this pattern paper is acting as my fabric. Now I'll go ahead and fold the fabric into two to get the length of my top. So this is how you fold. The first folding goes like this to get the length. So when you're folding this, make sure this is equal to the length you want your top to be, or even more than, in case you need to hem the base of your top. So make sure that this place is folded into two to the length of your top. And now we go ahead and fold again, so we can get 4 layers of fabric. And this folding should be determined by, you place your tape from the center back, from your center back to your sleeve length. So this is what is going to determine the folding for the width. That's getting your 4 layers. The second folding, make sure you place the tape from your center back to your sleeve length, and that should be the width of your fabric. So after folding, where all the edges meet and you have close edge, that is going to be the center front or the center back, because we're going to be marking the front piece and the back piece together. That's why we'll have 4 layers of fabric. And this is going to be for the sleeve. This place where you have the open edge is going to be for the sleeve length, how long your sleeve will be. And yeah, that is how we're going to be folding our fabric. So let's do this on our fabric, guys. So this is the fabric I'm using, and this is chiffon. Oh god, I had hell making this top with a chiffon, like it kept moving. So I have 4 layers of fabric, and I folded just the way I just showed you guys on my pattern illustration. So I folded already, and I have 4 layers of fabric. Now the width of my fabric is, I placed the tape again from my center back to my sleeve length, then I added 13 inches allowance. So the allowance you're going to add to your sleeve length is going to determine how long your sleeve will be. If you want this to be longer than your normal sleeve length, you add 10 to 15 inches. So for me, I have 38. My sleeve length is 25 plus 13 inches. This is going to make it 38. Now the first step I'm going to take now on my fabric is mark 1/2 inch down. So where we have all the fabric meet as a close edge but into two, that's where the sleeves is going to sit, and the shoulder, I'll go ahead and mark 1/2 inch down, and that's what I'm marking. Now why I am marking this 1/2 inch down before we start marking our actual measurements is because, you know, the sleeve is an open sleeves. So this 1/2 inch is going to be what I will use to hem the sleeves, the open side of the sleeves. That's what I'll be using to hem the 1/2 inch. So go ahead and come down by 1/2 inch or 1 inch. That is up to you. So the length for my top here, what I have, the length of the fabric I have here is 27 inches. And I did this because I'll be trimming this a lot. So I just want that extra many allowance. I'll be trimming this to the actual length. The chiffon is just so movie, and it wasn't equal, so I just left so many allowance because I'll be trimming this. Now the second step is for us to mark the neckline, and the first thing we're going to mark is the neck width. This is how wide the top will be, how wide the neckline for the top will be, and the neck width I'll be using for my top is 4 inches. So place the tape like this and then mark your neck width. So since we have 4 layers of fabric and we are marking the back and the front piece together, the first thing I'll mark is the back depth. The back depth is going to be 1 inch. That is what I'll be using for my back. I'll place the tape after the 1/2 inch, and then I'll go ahead to mark 1 inch down. I'll connect this to the neck width, and now we have the back neckline. Next thing is for me to mark the front neck depth, and for the front neck depth I'll be using 4 inches. So I'll also mark this down, or come down after the 1/2 inch. I'll still come down and mark 4 inches down, and this is for the front neckline. I'll connect this to the neck width. So what we'll do is cut out the back neckline first, and once we're able to separate the front and the back, we'll go ahead and cut out the front neckline. This is the back neckline, and we'll be cutting out the front when we separate the back piece and the front piece. Step 3 is for us to mark our round base on the length. So wherever your round base is sitting, that is what you're going to divide by 4. If it's your hip, divide by 4. If it's your waist, divide by 4. As for me, this 27 is up to my hip. That is why I'm marking my round hip divided by 4. And after I'm done marking my round hip divided by 4, I'll be adding 2 inches allowance to this. Now step 4 is for us to go up by 2 inches from that point. So since this is sitting on my hip, I'll be going up by almost 10 inches. But if this is sitting on your waist, you just need to go up by 2 inches. You don't need to go up too much. Just go up by 2 inches, by 3 inches, and that is it. For me, this is sitting on my hip. I have to go up by 10. And from that 10, I'll be creating my sleeve. So, but I'll connect this together. I'll just connect a really straight line from my round base to the point I just went up by. Step 5 is to connect the point to the sleeve length. So this is my 10 inches from my hip. I'll go ahead and rule an horizontal line to meet my sleeve length. So I'll just rule the line outwards like this to meet the sleeve length, and it's just going to be horizontal to the edge of my sleeve. So if this was sitting on your waist and you marked 2 inches up, all you have to do now is from that 2 inches up, you just go ahead and connect, rule a horizontal line to get to your sleeve point, your sleeve length. And once you're done, go ahead and create your sleeve curve like this. If you have seen most of my video, you know that this is how I just create a sleeve curve when I'm doing a cut together. You just connect the 2 points together, just create a curve like this. And this is what we'll be cutting out. So now we have created the sleeves, and we have our neckline. We're almost done.
One more shot at forgiveness. I know you know that I made those mistakes maybe once or twice. But once or twice, I mean maybe a couple of 100 times.
So anyone can make this. It's a cut together, and making cut together is always simple. I told you guys I'll be trimming. That is why I had 27 inches as my length. So I'll just trim out 5 inches now, and later on I'll be trimming out like 3 inches. Now step 6 is for us to open up the upside of the sleeve. That's where we had the slit on the sleeves. We're going to be opening that up. That's on the 1/2 inch. So I'll go ahead and start opening this up. And you know, we already left 1/2 inch allowance to hem, so we're good. And you know, opening this up is just going to separate the back piece from the front piece, so we can even go ahead and cut out the neckline, the front neckline. So this is going to be for my back piece. I'll take this away and I'll go ahead and cut out my front neckline before we go join. So step 7 is for us to cut out the front neckline. In case you are lost from what I'm saying, just look at the steps. They are very simple. They are all straight to the point, telling you what to do next. So just look at the steps. I'll just go ahead and cut out my front neckline. You can see that the mark is still there. The chalk I indicated on my fabric is still there. So yeah, this is the front. And now step 8 is for us to go join the front piece and the back piece, and we're going to be doing this on the sewing machine, so don't be scared. This is what I did. I'll place the tape from the neckline and mark 4 inches points, and that is what I'm going to be sewing on my shoulder. I'm going to sew from the neckline to this 4 inches point, and the rest I'll be hemming this, and this is going to create the slits on the sleeves. So I'll sew from the neckline, I'll join from the neckline, and I'll sew by the 1/2 inch allowance we left. And when I get to that 4 inches point I indicated, I'll stop. So I'm just going to stop here. Make sure you interlock, or make sure you just lock this. So now I can go ahead and hem the rest part of the sleeves. I hope you guys are getting these steps. Very easy. Let me know in the comment section if this is easy enough for you. And now we'll just individually hem each side by the 1/2 inch we left, fold in twice, and then sew on your machine. And this is how I'll be doing. I'll fold in twice and then I'll hem. If you feel like the 1/2 inch allowance is not enough for you to hem, you can leave 1 inch before you start marking your actual measurements. So yeah, it's just be creative, follow the steps, and you're going to be fine with the step, baby girl. You're going to create beautiful outfit. Don't be scared, please don't be. So I'll keep hemming this till I get to the length of the sleeves. So what I'll do is repeat the same step on the other side of the sleeves, and yeah, I'll go ahead and sew in, stop by 4 inches points, and then hem the rest of the slits. And this is what you should have once you're done with the process. So repeat the step on the side. That's what I'll do now. I'll hem this in like this, fold twice and hem. And step 10 is for us to join the sides together. So I am done with the shoulders. I'm done sewing the shoulders together. Now it's for us to hem the sides together. So I'll be hemming from the base of the sleeves down to the base of the top. So I'll place them together. I'll sew by 1/2 inch from the base of the sleeves. I'll sew this to the curve down to the length of the top, and I'm sewing this in by 1/2 inch. If you're learning from this particular video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're a beginner, I have a lot of awesome easy tutorials for you on this channel. Just make sure you check this out, okay? Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I'll close in by 1/2 inch from the base of the sleeves to the curve down to the length of the top, and I'm sewing this again by 1/2 inch, and we're done with the joining. So now, like I said, I was going to still trim this. That is why I had that length that long, because it is chiffon. It is just always not equal. So now I'll just trim it to the actual length of the top, and the actual length I ended up with was 19 inches. And now the next step for us to do is hem the sleeve base and the top base. So the sleeve base, that's where the round base is for the sleeves. That's the base, the length. I'll just go ahead and hem this by 1/2 inch. I'm folding in twice and I'm just hemming all the way from one open sleeve to the other end of the open sleeves. I'll do the same thing on the other side of the sleeves, and we're done with the we're not done with the hemming. I also hem the base of the top. When I say base of top, I mean the length, where the length is, that's the base. I'll just go ahead and hem that also by 1/2 inch. So this is how the sleeves should look. The top part of your sleeve should be open and the base closed. So this is it. You can see the 4 inches. After the 4 inches, the rest is open. So baby girl, if you follow these steps, you should have your top looking like this. You should have the base of your top hemmed. You should have the base of your sleeves hemmed. And now for the last but not the least, we're going to be adding a bias to the neckline, and I'm going to be showing you how. So don't click out, don't be scared. This is how you should sew your bias in. Sew the bias from the right side of your top. Just sew by, you open your bias up and sew by the 1/4 inch. Just follow what I'm doing. So just keep sewing round the whole neckline from the front to the back, and you sew by the 1/4 inch on the bias, just 1/4 inch. And once you're done, make sure you overlap, and now you can fold this in and fold this into the wrong side and sew. So I just folded mine into the wrong side, and now I'm just going to sew to hold the bias in place. And you don't need to rush this, just take your time and do this. And that was how I was able to achieve this top. Very, very simple, and I actually love it. It's just that I didn't have enough fabric to recreate the top and the pants together, so I just started to show you guys because you guys really wanted to see the tutorial. So I started to show you guys, but I think I will be recreating this for myself like a 2-piece. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new, I said go check out my page. You're going to love the tutorials I have on here. I also have vlogging, that is the updates of my sewing progress, my sewing struggles, all things that you can relate on my vlog. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Keep being creative, keep being amazing. Love and light to you. I love you so much. Do take care. See you on my next video. Bye.